Good morning, Programming 12, or good afternoon, or good evening. I don't know, whenever you're watching this. We're going to be working now on a new Fisica project, and basically we're going to make a platformer game. It's your classic genre of Mario Brothers, or Fireboy and Water Girl, or Terraria, or whatever platformer you have experience with. We're gonna make something that looks kind of like that. Over here, I have like a really basic version where it's super blocky and then nothing is animated, and the blocks don't have a lot of individuality yet. But it's going to be sort of the first part of this journey of figuring it out. Number one thing that we're going to work on is going to be loading in a world. We're going to be doing it from an image file. So you can see that like I can run around and there's all these F boxes. Each one of these are set grabbable false, but each one of these is an actual F box that makes up our terrain. We have dozens and dozens of F boxes to create these spaces and caverns and things that we can run around and jump on. Also, I guess the player is an F box as well, but that's not the thing we're focusing on just yet. We're going to focus on loading in the world, and you can see that we've loaded our world from an image. This is a PNG image that I've drawn. I probably drew an MS Paint. If you are using a Mac, I don't have a great... Oh, actually, yeah, we'll probably have to find that. Maybe I'll mention it in class, some sort of online program. I forget what the names of them are, but you can go to a website, and I'll post that in Teams. That'll be a nice pixel editor website for you to use to draw your maps. So basically, you can use a picture to draw a map. So here's my image. Each one of these is just a single pixel, each black dot. And just to be really clear, I'm not drawing this image anywhere in here. This is not a picture, because pictures you can't stand on, right? Like that would just be a thing in the background. So I'm not drawing this image. I am reading it in pixel by pixel and then creating F boxes in the corresponding spaces. So this is sort of like a guide to how to draw my level, if that makes any sense. So we're going to learn how to loop through this image, and we're going to look at one pixel at a time and then create F boxes in our physical world that will match. And that way we can use an image editor to draw a world, as opposed to laboriously calculating the X and Y position. Like if you had to manually make every F box in here, no, no, it would not be a thing. But if you could just draw like a line or a bunch of goofy looking caves and stuff, that's reasonable. That's easy stuff. Plus, it'll also allow us to learn a new loop. Not that we need it. We can do everything with a while loop, but a for loop is like custom made for doing this kind of thing. So that's going to be our first lesson when we get started. In the next lesson, the first real I'm learning something kind of lesson will be about the for loop. So we'll take a break from the platformer. We'll look at a particular tool in programming called the for loop, and then we'll use that in the next lesson after that to load in a world. We'll use two for loops working side by side to load in an image to create a Fisica space for us to explore. And then I guess the next step after that will be sort of getting a player class so that we can have a character, or maybe character is a better word, protagonist, if you will, that can move around. And right now we're sort of like Smash Bros style because there's two players here. But we'll have a camera concept where we'll follow a character that's moving around in the world. And that'll be built as a separate class. We'll get back into doing classes like we were doing in Unit 2. And I think that'll be a lot of great learning, because we'll be building on top of the existing Fisica classes. So we'll use the extends keyword to build subclasses of FBox, which will have extra powers in addition to all the great stuff that FBoxes come with. Okay, so that's going to be our new project. So stay tuned for our next video where we'll look and see about the magic of the for loop. Okay, thanks everybody. See you in a bit.